Hey guys, welcome back to HowMuchRose.net. It's Andy here. If you missed the announcement over the last couple of days, Ice Cream Sandwich has been shown off, and I thought I'd give you a quick overview. It's about 10 minutes. So I'm just going to give some commentary on what we're looking at on the screen, give some of my opinions. What we're seeing at here is how you can set up folders on your desktop. So I use Folder Organizer myself, but it's going to be built into Ice Cream Sandwich, which is Android 4.0. And it looks to have been done quite nicely. You can put apps, you can put contacts, tap on it, they appear out into the middle of the screen. You can also drop them into the bar on the bottom where you've got the phone, app drawer and stuff. So it's kind of, it's been done on other launchers, but it's nice to see that Android have realised it's a good feature and implemented it. Next up we've got the, well, it's like an app switcher, but it looks like it almost, you can use it for task killing as well. So as you can on Honeycomb, you scroll through all the different apps that you've had recently open or that are basically running in the background. But if you don't want one, you just swipe it away, which looks like a fantastic feature. Then we move on to the notification bar, and again this is kind of copied from CyanogenMod. You can swipe things away one at a time, which I love, because sometimes you've got some important notifications that you do want to follow up with lots of trash that you don't really care about, so a quick swipe and off they go. Also, you notice that missed calls and text and stuff, you have a little image of the person, which is kind of cool. Really like this. Now, unfortunately, because I stripped away the audio, it's not quite so easy to see what it's doing, but basically the guy's talking and the text is coming up as he's speaking. So if you've tried to use the voice to text before, you speak the whole sentence, off it goes to think out what you're saying, and then slaps it all down, with varying results, I suppose. But it did look very impressive, as you could see the words come up one at a time as the guy was talking. And I can see that being quite a good way of doing text import, basically. It'd be interesting to see exactly how well that does function. Then we move on to Face Unlock, which I'm not too bothered by, but a lot of people seem quite impressed and excited by this. Again, this has been done already. I've seen an app that does this. Amusingly enough, it didn't work in the presentation, and it wouldn't unlock the phone even when the guy that's supposed to took hold of it. But I don't know, some people will like it. I'll give it a go and see how well it works, I suppose. Then we move on to the new calendar app, which looks quite nice. I mean, the only real difference to what there is right now, I suppose, is you get pinch to zoom, which we're going to see any second. Apart from that, it's not a great deal different, but it's well presented, nicely done. And here's just the day view, and any second he's going to zoom in. There we go. So there's the pinch to zoom on the calendar. Now this looks very interesting. Maybe more for your kind of hardcore user than so much for your everyday kind of person. But you can really track data usage very well on Ice Cream Sandwich. They're highlighting there's a sort of prediction line as well of how much data it thinks you're going to use. You can change where your limit is and get warnings when you're getting close to your limit. You can also change what sort of time period you're looking at. I think it was up to, was it limited to 3 months? I forget. But we're going to see in a second. They're going to slide back down the graph to where you see there's a bit of a spike right at the beginning there. I think I'm moving too quick. There we go. And again, you get all the information now. Most interestingly, if you look below, you get information on which apps have used that data, which I think is awesome feature. So they're going to tap on one particular app, and when they scroll back up, you will see that one app is being shown against the overall data as well, and you get some information on it. Now this next bit I think is pretty genius, that you can turn off background data for just that app. So if you have one app that's abusing your data, boof, off it's gone. Now we're onto the camera. I've already seen a lot of people, it's only a 5 megapixel camera. Please guys, don't be that naive. It's about the sensor. It's not about how many megapixels. More megapixels doesn't mean better camera. What we're seeing here is the panorama feature. You select it, you pan across, you tell it I'm done, it stitches it all together, and it does look, I thought it looked pretty impressive, to be honest. I can imagine using that, having some fun with it. They did show some pretty cool video stuff as well, but I'm trying to keep this quite brief. So here's the People app. Looks a bit too bright, and I don't know why. The rest of it's all quite dark, and then all of a sudden, boom, this, mind you, I suppose the calendar's quite bright as well. Once again, you can swipe left and right. I like this bit. It's your favourite people. Nice big sort of tiles. They talk about magazine view. Some people have said, oh, they're ripping off Windows 7. I haven't used Windows 7, so I suppose I can't really comment. But, you know, just how this is presented, I think it's really nicely done. Nice bold pictures, good clear information with the excuse me, with the new Roboto font or whatever it is they're using. And obviously it's got all the different connections like Google Plus obviously built in, Twitter built in, everything you would expect really, right there on the one page for your friend. It does look, I mean, this is what the thing that's impressed me the most, is just kind of, I suppose in some way, the uniformity of the theme, and just that they have actually, they've cared about presentation. Up to now, you just didn't really feel that they were that bothered by it, but it, you know, this is looking really very nice. We're having a look here at the inbox, and again, sort of integration of the people and how you can just go into. I mean, I think it does this to an extent already. But it's perhaps, you know, I just really like the presentation of it, and again, you can just slide through all the different ways of interacting or checking on this person. It's just really nicely presented. It looks gorgeous. And then we're about to move on to the actual dialer. One thing that a lot of people want is full screen caller ID, or, you know, I forget what you call it, you know, the image. There it is. So pretty much the whole of the screen taken up by this person, by the face. Then the dialer itself, again, you've got all the contacts, or the call log here with little pictures, and you swipe left and right to get to different things. There's your favourites again in the same way. In this case, you tap on one of them, it's going to call them. It's just really nicely presented. I think they've done a fantastic job of theming the whole thing. And there's the actual dialer. Kind of dull. I have heard if you dial the name, it doesn't work. That's the one disappointing thing. But I suppose if you use your contacts list, your People app, you don't necessarily need to even dial it, I guess. And then the final thing you may have already heard about is Android Beam. The Galaxy Nexus will come with NFC. Obviously all the phones that get it won't necessarily, so Android Beam will only work on sort of compatible phones. But the idea being, the chap here is looking at a web page, his mate happens to have a Google Nexus. He says, oh, what is that you're reading? And you go, let me send it over to you, he says. So you place the phones back to back, it automatically detects the other phone, you tap the screen, and in seconds, literally seconds, well, I mean, obviously you're slowed down by your whatever your data rate is for actually loading the web page, but the information is passed from one to the other instantly. It's not just web pages that it works with, it's a whole variety of things. So I think they're going to show us next, he's going to open up Google Maps. Again, you're showing somebody, look, this is where we're going, whatever. Your friend who happens to have the Google Nexus or another NFC compatible phone with ice cream sandwich on it. You place them back to back. You tap the screen and watch how quickly the map is on the other phone. It's there already. And the final thing that they show us, he opens up his, in this instance it's Minecraft, a game. Now you don't transfer the actual game like I suppose you might hope, but it will when he gets around to it. Come on. So he opens up the game. Your friend says, oh, what's that you're playing, or what's that app you're using? You put the phone back to back. Come on, try and keep up with me. And tap on the screen. I mean, this I can see being quite useful. There's quite often you'd be using an app and your friend saying, oh, what's that? And it'd be quite easy quite nice to just transfer it over. And there it is, the Android Marketplace with Minecraft. So, that's my quick overview of Ice Cream Sandwich. Let us know in the comments what you think about it. My name's Andy, HemaJoyous.net.